Welcome to this demonstration of arcane technology from another millennium. From 1966 to about 1982, Rocky Mount Instruments was the portable instrument division of the Allen Organ Company. Their most famous creation was the Electra piano and harpsichord. In 1971, Allen Organs started selling the first all-digital organs in both the church organ and theater organ styles. Then in 1973, RMI took the circuit boards from the Allen theater organ and put them inside a portable RMI body. That became the world's first all-digital combo organ. RMI made 3 versions. The first was the prototype, which was actually named the Computer Keyboard, as you can see from the name badge on the bottom. This version had RMI's standard wood body plus illuminated push buttons. This was an instrument featured on their advertisements, demo record, and product demonstration tour. On the tour, product specialist Clark Ferguson explained that when Stevie Wonder tried it out, he couldn't tell whether the illuminated buttons were on or off. So that's why the production version uses these push-in, push-out buttons instead. It had a couple of changes in the voices and was put in the new molded plastic body RMI started using in 1974, and they wisely rearranged the name to Keyboard Computer. The following year, it was replaced by the Keyboard Computer 2, which has mostly different voices, presets, and bigger switches. The Keyboard Computer has 30 out of the 38 voices in the Allen Theater organ. They're divided into 3 sections. The bass section has the voices that were played from the bass pedals on the console version. The ensemble section has voices originally played from the lower accompaniment keyboard, and the solo section has the voices from the upper solo keyboard. On the Keyboard Computer 2, these sections were renamed Division A, Division B, and Division C. One optional accessory that puts RMI Instruments head and shoulders above the competition is these leg extenders that came in sets of 4 and made stand-up playing much easier. Each set raises the keyboard 4 1/8 inches. One features the transposer knob that covers a whole octave in half steps. And there's a pitch pedal that can glide as much as an octave, which may have been inspired by the slalom pedal found on some Farfisa combo organs around that time period. Vibrato can be momentarily activated with this touch bar. Since it's originally designed to sound like pipe organs, it has envelope scaling that makes the notes fade in and out more quickly as you go up the keyboard. For traditional combo organ sounds, it has a staccato button, like the Gibsons and some Yamaha combo organs, which gives instant key-ons and key-offs. Like a lot of other combo organs of the time, it has percussion. And also sustain. One voice is called chiff and imitates a breathy attack from certain types of organ pipes. If you combine that with an 8-foot flute voice, it can sound like the pipe organ's poor cousin. One unique feature that's not on the Keyboard Computer 2 or any other instrument is a third audio channel which accesses the selected voices somewhere before they're completely processed in the digital to analog converter. It gives a completely different and unpredictable assortment of voices that are mostly bright, brassy, or reedy sounds. Here are some normal flute voices. And now the same ones from channel 3. The volume pedals can balance between brightness and body. Another feature unique to RMI and Allen organs is the card reader. You can use it to temporarily load in up to 4 additional waveforms. This is their cathedral choir sound, which sounds better using the stereo detuning feature. The linear sawtooth is the one recommended for their string sound. This is the piano waveform, which is best played with the percussion effect. Here's the harpsichord waveform. Here's the 8-foot plus 4-foot harpsichord sound. This is the jazz flute waveform. This is the alto recorder waveform. A cool thing about much of the rock music of the 60s and 70s is that it was recorded in stereo, and the organ part was sometimes panned all the way to one side. So I recorded a few measures of the other side from a song so I could play this sound in a musical context. This is the French horn voice. This is one of the Kunura voices. I made up this card myself to sound like a typical combo organ with 3 footages. The keyboard computer will never exactly duplicate a Farfisa Combo Compact or a Vox Continental, but it does have all the correct pitches and can do fairly well in a musical context.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. I just set the night on fire. Over the years, you've brought them into
Here's a typical theater organ registration. This time, rather than having a musical background, I'll play this one with some guy talking.
When hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls, whenever candlelights flicker, where the air is deathly still, that is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight.
Here's a registration more typical of a church or classical organ. To play that kind of a sound, I'll need a funky rock beat.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell.
Another interesting feature is called sustain latch. When you push that button, it'll lock in any notes you play while the sustain button is on. It actually has its uses. So that's a brief look at the RMI Keyboard Computer.